Barry battles Reverse Flash, Firestorm saves the day, and Harrison Wells has an even secreter closet, may lead to Narnia. We're not sure yet. It was the mid-season finale of The Flash, and it's time for Flash Chat. Hey everyone, you guys excited?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, group consensus, we like the episode.
Very much. Totally awesome.
Loving the episode. Okay, so I had everybody write down who they think the two speedsters are. We're gonna get to that at some point. We have a lot to talk about today. I would like to first reference that they seem to have trimmed a Christmas tree for about the better part of a week. Did anyone else notice that? Let's first just
Mary did it and then undid it and then they did it again.
And then, and then it, like 3 times
and they really love their eggnog.
They love their eggnog. So I enjoyed the Christmas spirit of this episode. But let's get right into the time travel aspect of this. I think that was a huge underrunning theme of the whole entire episode. Mercury Labs, they're working on that tachyon generator. It's faster than light travel, so it's a time travel machine, essentially.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so, okay, we see at the spoilers, if you haven't watched it, I mean, I don't know what you're doing watching this, but.
Just to see us.
Yes, just to see us. Right. But Wells has it at the end. We see in his super secret closet, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe closet, that he has the tachyon generator. So, okay, Brian, let's start with that. Why do you think he has it? Do you think he is the Reverse Flash?
It's hard to tell at this point because they're throwing so many curves at you. It's just hard to really know. I think he wants the technology. Yeah, he's got a motive. He wants the technology. He needs it, whether it's for the Reverse Flash, because he knows who it is.
He knows.
He knows. There's no doubt about it.
I think he's just collecting gear. He's like, all right, how do I get this? How do I get this? Let's put it away.
Yes.
I'm going to need it eventually anyway.
Like a video game. Stocking up. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So when we saw the Reverse Flash, I had an interesting thought. What do you guys think of his voice? I thought the verbiage and the way he talked, to me it sounded like Wells a little bit. I know that they do the vibrating thing so you can't hear it. Did anyone pick up on that at all?
Well, he did it at the end too. He vibrated his voice. I think that was more just so he could say, hey, I can do this as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and they had that creepy sound that almost sounded like a scary movie. That whole scene where he's, in that, when Eddie and them are trying to trap him, and it's like the vroom, vroom sound. It was like a scary movie almost. It was intense episode. Andy, what do you think the Reverse Flash meant by, you know who I am, Barry, we've been doing this a long time, but I'm always one step ahead?
Well, I just think it means, yes, he's from the future. They've been doing it for a long time, but in the whole world, this is the first time they've actually gotten it, that Barry's ever encountered him.
And Barry kind of seemed like he thought he was teasing him.
Yeah, but I think he was just kind of saying, all right, we've been doing this. This is the first time in our timeline that we've done it, but this is just the beginning, buddy. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And of course, Firestorm saved the day. How'd you feel about Caitlin seeing Firestorm again? What were your thoughts on that, Carla?
I mean, we knew it was coming.
We knew.
We knew. They've been foreshadowing that for a while. But it was sad, it was intense.
It was intense, and I thought they did a really good job with Cisco and her kind of showing their friendship. And I don't know, it was sad, but then again, it was cool to see what his potential powers are. Like, not only is he light on fire, he can blast off like a rocket.
Like a Human Torch.
Yeah.
Switch the genre of like which it was.
Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Except for somehow his clothes don't light on fire. His hobo clothes do not light on fire.
I know.
It was one of the X-Men or something, like the flame guy.
Didn't his hair burn off the first time and now it's not?
I don't know. I think his whole headlight's on fire.
I think he just has super flammable hair.
Body parts.
Yeah.
He's like Ghost Rider, sort of, as well, where it's like
Ghost Rider.
Nice.
Because in the comics, his hair is fire.
Right.
So it's kind of.
He's got like a little ring around the top of his hair, or like some kind of crown.
The graphic team didn't want to spend all the time. Like, he's gonna have hair. We're gonna put the fire around it. We already gotta do all the different color flashes. So speaking of the different colors, the energy lights, Cisco had a theory that there were 2 speedsters the night of Nora Wells' murder. Okay, group time to answer this. Who do you think the 2 speedsters are? Let's reveal our answers. Here's what I thought. I thought it was Time Travel Wells and Time Travel Barry, and I thought it was Time Travel Wells more for the sake of argument, because I have another idea of who it could be, but I just like the idea that maybe it was Time Travel Wells coming from the future to kick his butt and the scene where, you know, when he kicked his butt. So I thought that would be cool that he knew you'd have to go back and do it. So that's just for the sake of argument. And then I thought it's time travel. Barry is the other one. What'd you guys think?
Oh, I can't spell or write, but Future Eddie.
There.
And the other one was Wally West.
Future Eddie, Wally West.
Yeah.
It's either time travel Eddie or future Eddie, and then the other one is obviously Barry in my world.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I went just a little different because I did Future Eddie, but then I did Henry Allen.
Ooh.
Because my thinking is he might have come back and tried to save him, and then that's when, you know, he got. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I really feel like I have to agree with Jess on this one, but I have like different viewpoints on this. I think that the reverse flash was Eddie, but I think that the red streak was actually Dr. Wells. Maybe he was actually Flash in the future because he knows so much about it. Maybe he came back in time to try to, since he realized he's not gonna be the Flash again and somebody else, so that's why his whole thing is to try to save and teach Barry to be the new Flash.
Good theory.
Because it's like, I mean, that, like, why else would he come back? Because I mean, Eddie knocked the crap out of him, remember, in the little tachyon shield, and because he knows who he is. So there's so many theories going on with that. So I kind of like that idea.
I know.
One of those things where he ends doesn't justify the means because he's killing people. You know, he's doing all this, you know, sketchy stuff.
Sketchy Wells. Sketchy Wells.
So it is a good theory, but you know, it would be interesting if they went that way, definitely.
It feels like they're trying too hard to convince you that Wells is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
You know.
definitely.
So.
But I do like that they didn't answer anything. They just, every episode
They give you more questions.
More questions, exactly.
Can I just say though,
Yes.
every single episode, I am so worried that Joe West is going to die.
Yeah.
In every episode. Like, I'm just waiting for,
I don't think they'll come
I
off
have a
anytime
panic
soon.
attack from the beginning of every episode.
Yeah, but somebody
like that first season.
I mean, you might be right because at some point they have to perpetuate storylines and they have to
They
make
do.
change. And
Yeah.
he's one of those characters that he's good, we like him, but he can also, you know, he can be taken out.
He's not super speedster.
Yeah.
He's
No.
not a meta-human. He's vulnerable, and he's Iris's dad, and he's pretty much Barry's adoptive father.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, that would make Barry grumpy.
like,
Especially when they
That
had
would
the
be, like,
romance at the end, when they
the
actually, you know, they
bromance.
had that connection. Like,
That'd be
I'm
too
your
much.
connections, man. I like it. So it's weird to see that.
I think it could happen. I think it'd be so much for Barry to lose not just his mom, but then Joe. But speaking of that scene with his dad, how did you feel about the scene where he goes to the prison? By the way, weirdest prison hours, visiting times. He's like, middle of the night, I'm just gonna go see my dad in prison.
And
But
it's just them two, which I guess is, I mean,
Yep.
there's other booths in there, but it's just them two.
no
only.
guards, anything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Here's my take on it. Like, there's two different ways I'm looking at this. Like, I love how, like, the first time we see him in the first episode, where, you know, like, his dad, like, he tells him, like, I found a way to find the person who really did this to our mother. So it's like, that was pretty good. I love how his father was like, well, you go do this, son. Go do this. If you feel the need to, go right ahead. But then we see in this episode, it almost feels like he switches his, like, his mindset. It's like, now I understand, don't worry about it. You've been wasting your last 14 years of your life. No, why don't you just go ahead and live your life? You've done enough. Don't let him take any more from us.
And that's one of the key reasons why I thought it could be Henry Allen in
That's what I thought.
because now all of a sudden he realizes that Barry's getting close. He's like, well, wait a minute. Let's not worry about this anymore. Because you might find out something that I don't want you to know.
That was my theory last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're throwing all kinds, like Carla said, they're throwing all kinds of curveballs in to throw you off about who's who.
look at this, while we're doing this over here. Look at this.
Exception, distractions, everything, man. It's amazing.
And there's this question I've had that I haven't even seen anybody talk about even on Twitter. Okay, why Nora Allen? What did she do? I mean, why her? Do you know what her job was in the past? In the comic books?
Actually, that's one part I wasn't real sure on.
So no one knows. So that, you know, write in.
The fact
But you
that
can't, I guess you just can't have a wife in this because Wells' wife died. You know, I mean, you're not allowed to be a wife in this comic book.
Bear's gonna end up single.
Yeah, and there's very, you know, there's different storylines as to what happened to her and everything. So it's changed several times over the years.
Yeah.
I think it's because I mean, the Speed Force, the powers and everything that make him the Flash, it runs in the family.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe they were trying to stop any more speedsters from being born.
Interesting.
You know, it's how it happens in the comics.
Does it run in the family starting with Barry Allen? Like, it's because of the explosion? Like, is that where the whole line begins? I don't know. I'm asking the question because I don't know.
Well, there's various schools of thought on that too.
There's also various comic book
lineages.
That's not the same story.
Yeah, because what happened to Barry was an accident originally. You know, there was the lightning mixed. He was splashed with chemicals. So that's how he became the Flash originally. Yeah, but Wally West and all the future speedsters, the Speed Force runs in the family. Okay. So like the whole Allen West clan have, you know, the power.
Gotta keep it going.
Powerful family.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, if you guys have any theories on why Nora Allen, write me at Jess WCCB on Twitter. Feel free. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So speaking of no wives in love and stuff like that, Barry confesses finally his love to Iris, which was the timing of it. What did you think about the timing of it?
I don't know. I just think it was one of those things, like maybe he was just all caught up in the Christmas spirit and he had to just confess his true love. But I mean, it had to happen. I mean, that storyline, they've already put her so deep in that storyline, they can't separate that now. And at some point, Eddie and Barry don't like each other. Yeah. So this is what that thread is going to be.
Seeds have already been sown.
Right. So this is. I think that's just the beginning of this.
Something has to give between those two. I mean, just the Christmas scene, eggnog and everything. She's sitting on his lap, but they had that death stare. Like, you know what?
No.
Yeah. This is about to go down.
I guess that confession had happened at this time, and now we know that Eddie knows about metahumans. Do you think he's going to be on to Barry? Do you think not only the revelation of him liking Iris, he seems to figure that one out on his own, but do you think he's gonna figure out the metahumans, Barry? How do you think that's gonna affect his relationship?
He already knows.
He already knows?
Yeah, I think he's just playing dumb.
Playing dumb. Good job, Rick Cosnet, for playing dumb.
I think he's playing dumb because it's easier to play dumb and have complete deniability.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, I think there's gonna be a lot more to come from Eddie. Like we said, we were talking about that line, why did he not kill me? Why did the Reverse Flash not kill Eddie? I think there's gonna be a lot more to that, but they jam-packed this episode with so much stuff. I mean, you were talking to me about, it felt like a 2-hour episode. So we can only.
I don't know how they do
I don't either. We were saying like every piece of dialogue seems to have a point. So there's no wasted script in this show.
You can't miss it. Like you almost have to DVR it. So if you have to go get a snack.
I do. I watch it twice. Last night I watched it and then I rewound it and watched the scenes I had not seen all the way, and then I pretty much rewatched it again. And every time I picked up something new. But I had a few favorite moments. When the CEO of Mercury Labs was talking to Barry, and Barry kind of blackmailed her into giving the tachyon generator, she said to him, no wonder Wells likes you so much. You're very much like Harrison. What did you guys think about that?
Didn't she have a line somewhere that says like they've met before? There was also another future reference line in there. Yeah. So somehow she knows that there's a timeline as well. That's kind of what I was getting at. Is like she knows Wells, and now she realizes, oh, Barry's getting that way as well. You know, because there's got to be another future crossover.
Could it been like because she was on the Flash in the past?
Well, it could have been that.
She was. Yes. I think that's cool that they throw their old characters back in. Yeah. I think that gives them. They probably thought they weren't going to have anything left to do after that other Flash, and who knew? Speaking
of that, there was big news this week, right?
News. Go, you tell everybody.
Well, they're saying that Mark Hamill's going to come back and reprise his. Well, he's going to be the trickster. Not sure it's going to be the exact same role, but the same name, but maybe different scenarios.
So that's going to be a big night
That's pretty cool. A lot of.
It's supposed to be like an old trickster and then the new trickster.
Oh.
So that's.
You've done research. Good.
So much, and the Rogues are coming back, and the half-season premiere. I don't even know what you call these things anymore in TV land. The January premiere of The Flash. The Rogues are coming back. We're going to see. What's his name?
Captain Cold.
Captain Cold, yes.
Oh,
look, he's right here.
We have Captain Cold.
I just realized who that is. Yeah.
I don't like that version. I like the blue parka, and the goggles and everything.
He's got a cool.
Yeah.
He looks like Mr. Freeze.
Sub-Zero, like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. So
I would
that's
like
gonna
to
be
see
good.
a Captain Cold Firestorm battle royale.
That would
That's
be
probably
Just because of the elements.
Yeah.
That'll
Fire versus
happen.
ice.
I mean, it's gotta happen. But you can tune in on January 20th, Tuesday at 8. It's coming back, so don't worry. In the meantime, Arrow is tonight at 8.
Don't miss.
And you can watch
It's gonna be a
things.
good one.
It's gonna be a good one. If you've DVR'd the episodes, go watch them back for fun. And I will still have some content for Flash Chat, even though we won't have anything new to talk about, new episodes. I'm still gonna be putting stuff up on my Twitter, so keep an eye out on that. And the mini-con is coming up January 31st for Heroes.
It's Grady Cole Center.
Grady Cole Center.
That's, Saturday, January 31st. Free to get in if you bring a canned food donation to the Second Harvest Food Bank. And also this Sunday, there's a Charlotte Comic-Con.
That's right, Charlotte.
At the Crown Plaza Hotel off of 77 and Tybola Road.
Sounds good. So lots of comic stuff to do in the meantime. Till then, this has been fun. Thanks to my guests. I didn't introduce them off the top. So this was Carson Douglas. He's from our street team member. Andy Madewell. He works here at the station. This is Carla Marsh. She's at Heroes. And Brian Brown from the Word of the Nerd. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you in January.